Hello, this is Dave at TitleSearch.com and AFX Title. In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between title insurance and a title search. A title search is basically information. It is the result of research of many sources of records for property. It may involve research at the deed recorder's office, the tax assessor's office, Secretary of State. In some parts of the country, civil court or prothonotary records. There's also probate records. Most title searches require research of 4 to 5 different record sources, courthouses, deed books, archives. You end up with a piece of paper. That is the report that tells you the title status. Title insurance is not just information. That is an actual insurance policy which protects a potential owner of a property from defects in the title, even things which may be beyond what shows on a title search. Things like a forged signature in the history of that property. Things like liens which would not show up in real estate records. So a title search is information. A title insurance policy is a security instrument which protects an owner. Big difference in obtaining the two items. A title search is a research project done by a professional certified title examiner. Title insurance uses a title search as one segment of that policy. The search goes into it. There may be a survey of the property required to make sure no boundaries are being encroached by buildings or by driveways. There may be an inspection of the property to make sure there's no recent construction that may result in mechanics liens. In most cases, a title insurance company is also going to run a credit report on the current owner. The current owner may not have a lien on the property, but if there's delinquency on credit items such as credit cards or car loans, those may result in liens or even accrue to the property as liens even if they're not filed. So a credit report may be required. In any case, a title insurance company is going to do extensive underwriting of that policy before they issue a security instrument or a title insurance policy for a potential owner. The title search will be one part of it. In addition, the title insurance policy will have exclusions. Usually it's at Schedule A. The first page of that insurance policy will have a list of many, many exclusions from coverage. So if you're a potential purchaser or a lender on a property, be sure to read the title insurance exclusion list to see what's going to be covered and what won't be covered on your policy. You may also find that as an insurance client, you may not be given the actual title search that was performed to create that title insurance policy. And even if you are, it may not be done in the same way that a typical title search is done. A lot of insurance companies will do what's called a thin search and do a kind of a lower quality search, figuring that they're insuring it anyway, so if they miss stuff, at least they're insuring over it. So you may want to get your own title search just to compare to make sure you understand what's going on with the property. What's the cost difference? Well, a title search is usually between $100 and $200. Title insurance on a typical average median property in the United States is usually between $1,500 and $2,000 for a policy. Be aware that most title insurance companies are also going to want to do the closing. They're not going to want to just write an insurance policy on a property if they're not aware of how it was transferred. If you're buying a property, one of the things that title insurance policy will insure against is that the transfer of ownership from the seller to you is correct. So if you get a deed that's signed over to you and it turns out to be invalid or executed improperly, they're going to insure it to protect you. Because of that, they're probably going to want to be the one that actually creates that deed and does the closing and adds all the closing costs to it. So typical closing costs on a property is about another $2,000, $2,500. So if you want title insurance and a closing, you may end up spending about $4,000 or $5,000 on a retail purchase. That's the way a lot of clients will go. If you're looking at a foreclosure or tax auction, a lot of people will just run their title search and go from there. So there are important differences. If you have more questions about title searches or even title insurance, you can reach us at our website, TitleSearch.com, or talk to a qualified real estate attorney that can give you really good information about your particular situation.